Hello. See, when it comes to UPSC civil services exam, of all the three stages, the most toughest stage is the preliminary stage, because in preliminary exam there is a negative marking system, and second thing is, being an objective type question, you can be either right or wrong. There is no midway path. See, in mains, for a question, 10-mark question, let us say, if you write something close to the demand of the question, at least something, whatever, 2 marks, 3 marks, 1 mark, 4 marks, something you get it for something what is you have written, right? But in prelims, it's not like that. Either you get it or you don't get it. And the worst part is, in case you mark wrong answer, you will get negative marking also, right? So considering all these factors and also the level of competition in preliminary stage, prelims is the most toughest part. However, as an experienced faculty, I would say you can easily crack the prelims with some amount of sharpness, shrewdness and smartness, right? Fine. Here I am going to give a few illustrations to show you how at least 10 to 20 questions can be answered in UPSC prelims, even in case you don't know anything, just by using your logic and common sense way, right? Fine, right? See, in prelims, generally I would say attempting 75 questions is decent enough, but crossing 80-85 is slightly risky, right? And let us say you are attempting 75 questions, right? And out of these 75 questions, let us say 15 questions are wrong. So you are left with 60 questions, and for this 15 questions, in negative marking you will lose 5 questions. That means 60 minus 5, you will get on net 55 questions. So 55 questions means 110 marks, pretty decent cutoff, even in case you are general category candidate based on the previous year trends, right? Nowadays 110 is pretty decent score, right? Fine. Now for getting this 55 questions net correct, at least 20 to 22 questions or 25 questions can be managed just like that, even in case you don't know, provided you have a serious preparation spreading over 18 months of current affairs follow up, right? See, here I am going to give few illustrations how you can answer this kind of 20 plus questions, even in case you don't know anything about it, just by using mere logic and common sense approach, right? Fine. See, I have taken up a few questions from previous year question papers, and here I am going to explain this, right? Now let us see the first question. See, this question is from Prelims 2019, right? With reference to Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, consider the following statements. 1. AIIB has more than 80 member nations. 2. India is the largest shareholder in AIIB. 3. AIIB does not have any members from outside Asia, right? Now, which of the statements given above is / or correct? Options: 1 only, A 1 only, B 2 and 3 only, C 1 and 3 only, D 1, 2 and 3, right? Fine. See, now I am reading the statements 1, 2 and 3 again. You just listen carefully. AIIB has more than 80 member nations. 2. India is the largest shareholder in AIIB. 3. AIIB does not have any members from outside Asia, right? Fine. See, statement 1 says it has more than 80 member nations. Statement 3 says it has no members outside Asia, but the total number of countries within Asia is 48. So that being the case, either 1 can be true or 3 can be true. So this is one observation. Now the second statement is India is the largest shareholder in AIIB. See, in South Asia, in Asia generally, China is the most, in Asia, China is the largest in terms of economic prowess, first thing. Second thing is, if you are continuously reading the Hindu or the Indian Express, you will understand India is not the largest shareholder in AIIB, right? So option 2 is getting eliminated. Now with that, B and D, you see in B there is a 2, in D also there is 2. So B and D we are eliminating. B and D we are eliminating because India is not the largest shareholder, because even in case you assume Asia also, China is the largest, right, in terms of economic prowess. So 2 is eliminated. Since 2 is eliminated, option B and D are eliminated. Now I told earlier also, 1 and 3 both cannot be true. Either 1 can be true or 3 can be true. So in that case, option A is the only possibility. Option A is the only possibility, right? Fine. This is done. See another question. So with reference to India's biodiversity, Ceylon frogmouth, coppersmith barbet, grey-chinned minivet and white-throated redstart are option A birds, option B primates, option C reptiles, option D amphibians, right? See, if you just read the names of that animals given, Ceylon frogmouth, coppersmith barbet, grey-chinned minivet, white-throated redstart, see, all are multicolored. All animals are multicolored based on the nomenclature, names given, right? Fine. Now that is the only clue we have it, right? Now you see reptiles, generally based on our common sense observation or reading of news, it cannot be so multicolored. Primates again not so multicolored. Amphibians also not so multicolored. So just by mere observation and common sense application, we can say option A birds is the right answer, because see Ceylon frogmouth, coppersmith barbet, grey-chinned minivet, white-throated redstart. You just imagine these all these names correspond to birds only. All these names correspond to birds only. This is based on mere common sense observation, right? Fine. Then the next question, consider the following statements. Statement 1, 21st February is declared to be International Mother Language Day by UNICEF. 2, the demand that Bangla has to be one of the national languages was raised in the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. Which of the above statements is / or correct? Option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C both 1 and 2, option D neither 1 nor 2. See, the very first statement, International Mother Language Day by UNICEF. UNICEF is United Nations Children Education Fund. So definitely with this abbreviations UNICEF, we can straight away say that statement 1 cannot be true, because UNICEF cannot declare a particular day as a mother language day, right? It has to be necessarily UNESCO, right? So even if you don't know whether it is UNESCO or anything, at least by nomenclature you can say UNICEF cannot. So that means 1 is necessarily false. So that means option A and C are ruled out. Now the second statement, you see, the demand that Bangla has to be one of the national languages was raised in the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. See, before Bangladesh was created, there were 2 portions, that is East Pakistan and West Pakistan, right? And one more thing is Amar Sonar Bangla, that was authored by Rabindranath Tagore. In fact, the national anthem of Bangladesh is from that. And you just go by logic, definitely the second statement must be true because Bangla, the demand for Bangla, because later East Pakistan was separated. So that kind of linguistic divide is there in Pakistan, right? Now it is East Pakistan, West Pakistan, now Bangladesh is newly created nation, right? Fine. So with this kind of logic, we can say statement 2 must be true. Statement 2 must be true, and definitely statement 1 cannot be true because UNICEF is there. Rather, in case if it would have been UNESCO, yes, you can think of. But since UNICEF is given, definitely statement 1 is not true, right? See, next question. With reference to India's desert national park, which of the following statements are correct? 1. Statement 1, it is spread over 2 districts. Statement 2, there is no human habitation inside the park. Statement 3, it is one of the natural habitats of the great Indian bustard. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Option A, 1 and 2 only. Option B, 2 and 3 only. Option C, 1 and 3 only. Option D, 1, 2 and 3. Right? Fine. See, let us go to the second statement straightly. There is no human habitation inside the park. See, in all kind of these environments, park or sanctuary or you call it biosphere reserve, the indigenous peoples, tribes always exist. So the statement there is no human habitation is false. There is human habitation. There can be human habitation in a park, right? So statement 2 is false. So once you conclude statement 2 is false, option A, B, D are ruled out. So straight away you can mark C. And if you are a regular reader of newspaper, you will definitely understand Great Indian Bustard, that natural habitat of Great Indian Bustard is very true, right? Fine. So there is no human habitation inside the park. That statement is false because always these people, tribes, the indigenous people are there, right? Fine. See, next question. With reference to Chaushat Yogini temple situated near Morena, consider the following statements. 1. It is a circular temple built during the region of Kanchapagata dynasty. 2. It is the only circular temple built in India. 3. It was meant to promote the Vaishnava cult in the region. 4. Its design has given rise to a popular belief that it was the inspiration behind the Indian Parliament building. Now, which one of the statements given above are correct? Option A, 1 and 2 only. Option B, 2 and 3 only. Option C, 1 and 4 only. Option D, 2, 3 and 4 only. Right? Fine. See, whenever there are extreme statements, all, no, only, you must be very careful because in majority of the cases, we generally say 80-20. In 80% of the cases, whenever there is an extreme statements, it must be false. It must be false. Just going by that logic, statement 2, it is the only circular temple built in India. So that is most positively false. So once you say 2 is false, option A, B, D are ruled out. Option A, B, D are ruled out. So only C is left over, 1 and 4. Only C is left over, 1 and 4. See, these are all kind of genuine guesses or genuine calculative risks, but still it works. You must be very cautious enough to use such calculative, genuine cheat techniques to answer at least 15 to 20 questions in UPSC preliminary exam. This is very important, right? See, you can argue, I am giving this, that, why, how this. No question, no argument. This is a kind of cheat technique. This is a kind of cheat technique, and definitely every year at least 15-20 questions can be easily answered using some amount of common sense, logic and some amount of cheat techniques. right? So these are the examples which can illustrate you how you can use your cheat techniques even in case you don't know the answer, right? Fine. And considering, let us say 100 as the safest zone of cutoff mark, 20 questions is not a joke. 20 questions is not a joke, right? So 20 questions means 40 marks can be easily scored just by using common sense and logic, right? Fine. Thank you.